Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishchita and first up, the big news just coming in. LPG cylinder explodes, injuring 5 in Bengaluru. Incident took place near Kullappa Circle in Banaswadi. The cylinder exploded in the residence of a woman identified as Nalini. Well, the window panes and doors of nearby houses have been damaged due to the explosion. This is the big news, in fact, that we're bringing to you at the moment, where a gas cylinder explosion has been reported in Bengaluru, which has injured 5 persons. The incident took place near Kullappa Circle in Banaswadi. My colleague Arun joins us with more details on this. Well, Arun, if you can tell us what exactly happened.
Akshita, the exact details are a little bit sketchy. What we're given to believe is that this incident reportedly happened around 5 this morning and happened in a multi-storied building. In fact, on the first floor of the house, which was occupied by people from North India, the blast was so powerful that it apparently rattled the windows and doors of the neighboring houses. What we know is that some of the people have been injured. In fact, 2 people's condition is reportedly serious. 5 people have been injured, and the injured have been moved to a private nursing home for further treatment. Now, 2 of the people who have been identified are one Gaurav Kumar and another person called Bhupendra Kumar. There were reportedly 4 people living in that house, and the house belonged to one person by name Nalini. We don't know at this point of time whether Nalini was staying in the ground floor or whether she's staying somewhere else as far as the house is concerned. But this could have been triggered by LPG cylinder blast is what we are given to believe, Nishchita.
Right, absolutely, and we understand that 5 people have been injured in this incident. Any life-threatening injuries? Can we expect that these 5 persons could be facing danger to their lives?
It is suspected that 2 of them are in a very serious condition. Whether it is life-threatening is not known. But 5 people have been injured. They've been moved to a private hospital for treatment. And we know for sure that this could have been caused by a LPG cylinder blast. That is what is the suspicion, because the blast was apparently so powerful that it shattered the window panes and led to a lot of windows and doors of neighbors rattling around 5 a.m. in the morning, Nishchita.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Arun. Well, there we have it. A cylinder explosion there reported in Bengaluru's Kullappa Circle. It took place at a residence where the window panes, doors and nearby houses have been damaged and 5 people have been injured. Well, hope is fast fading even as rescue operations continue unabated in Bagalkote. Well, debris falling inside the borewell shaft has forced officials to suspend rescue operations of Little Timana. Meanwhile, his family members who have been asking for the parallel digging to be stopped are now grieving over not only the death of their son, the possible death of their son, I beg your pardon, but also the almost ruined farmland of theirs. This is the produce on their farmland, sugarcane crops almost destroyed because of the constant activity around the farmland, the constant movement of vehicles, of people coming in has destroyed their farmland, and this has only given rise to more and more pleas from the family that they want these rescue operations to be stopped, as they feel that their son will not emerge alive and that he's already dead. But by continuing rescue operations, they have only managed to ruin their farmland, which is their lone source of income as well. Meanwhile, plumber turned inventor Manikandan's robot has been pressed into service last night. There seems to be some headway in the rescue operations of the Bagalkote boy. Manikandan's robot had been pressed into rescue the little boy at 11 p.m. last night, but it has been stopped as of now is what we understand, as the constant movement of the machine inside the borewell has only led to more of the debris to pile on the little boy. The digging of the parallel tunnel was stopped, but that is not the only solution. But that is in fact the only solution now. The boy is said to be buried under 2 feet of mud, which is hampering rescue operations. Well, my colleague Harish spoke to S.R. Patil, who was at the spot. Let's listen in.
Well, it's been more than 60 hours since the 6-year-old boy got stuck in the borewell, and since last night, the robotic expert from Tamil Nadu, Manikantan, has been working to try and somehow grab hold of the hand of this boy and pull him out. Sir, how's the entire rescue operation gone, especially with Manikantan's robo?
After a royal of Manikantan, who is very expert in the robot technology, he is making a hectic efforts to bring the boy out of the borewell. What has happened? Some soil has fallen on his body. That soil is a little bit sticky soil. But if at all we have tried to suck that soil, but that soil is not coming in the suction pipe. So that we have used one more instrument. That instrument will loosen the soil. It will loosen the soil, then we will try to suck that soil. It is quite possible. If soil is very much sticky, it cannot come into the suction pipe. To avoid that difficulty, to get a remedy for that sticky soil, we have used very, very interesting instrument which will actually loosen the soil, which will make a smaller particles of the soil. Then automatically suction pipe will work out. Once his hand is exposed, wrist is exposed, definitely Manikantan will have a belt lock to the wrist and he will take out the boy.
Definitely. Also, sir, there were requests to stop the excavation work. So will the excavation work continue today as well?
But usually I have seen many more people. Their ulterior desire is to see the face of the person who is involved. In this case, it is happening a different way. I really surprised, but we are taking all sorts of strain, pain. We have employed so many agencies. We have used all the possibilities to explore. In this case, the father of the boy, is very much afraid. I should not lose the land. It is his contention. But the government will take care of the farmer, that Hanumanta Hatti. We will not allow the land to be deteriorated or destroyed, but we will take care of. We'll look into the interest of a farmer, definitely. Our government is committed. We will never do a single or slightest mistake to the farmer or cause loss to the farmer.
And in fact, there we have it, S.R. Patil going on to assert that there will be no harm done to the farmer's land, and there will be adequate compensation given, as he had mentioned yesterday. And he continues to express hope and assert that everyone should maintain hope that little Timana is still alive and that he can still be saved. You cannot lose hope at this juncture. You cannot ask for the rescue operations to stop. Let's not forget, since yesterday, the family members of the little boy have been requesting the officials to stop the rescue operations, as they feel that their only source of livelihood, which is the farmland, is being destroyed in these rescue operations, and they are quite sure that little Timana is no more as well, and that's the reason why they feel that all these rescue operations, all the hoopla, is in vain, and that it is better off that they stop it and at least let Hanumanta Hatti, who is Timana's father, to feed the rest of his family using this land, using the crops on this land. But as we can see on our television screens, the crops have been destroyed and the rescue operations continue unabated, as Manikantan's robot has not really worked so far because there is constant mud piling on the little boy. There is almost 2 feet of mud on the little boy is what we understand. And we're moving on to some other news now. A girl who was injured while getting into a BMTC bus was in pain in the hospital. The leg of the girl, who turned 10 years old today, was crushed under the wheels of a BMTC bus while she was on her way to the Infant Jesus School. She was in the ICU at the Mahavir Jain Hospital. Shubha Harini and her sister Janani were on their way to the school in the bus 292C from near cantonment when Shubha had boarded the bus but fell when the bus abruptly moved forward. And as she fell, the wheels of the bus ran over her leg. She was rushed to Mahavir Jain Hospital at about 9 a.m. And even as the family members have requested the BMTC to at least fund the medical expenses of the child, yesterday the BMTC had offered a pittance of 10,000 rupees to the family members while the doctors had clearly stated that it would take easily 3 to 4 lakh rupees. And today, little Shubha turns 10 in the ICU and she desperately needs the help of the government. My colleague Bansi joins us with more details on this. Well, Bansi, definitely tragic that this little girl has to celebrate her birthday inside the hospital. But what is the development as far as the medical expenses are concerned?
Nishita, the girl yesterday who was injured while getting into a BMTC bus near the cantonment railway station continues to be in hospital. Let's remember that she was taken to the hospital at about 9 a.m. early yesterday. The accident occurred when she was trying to board a bus, a BMTC bus, to go to school. That was about a little past 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 when the accident occurred. Her leg was crushed under the wheels of a BMTC bus, and soon after she was rushed to the nearby Mahavir Jain Hospital. Now the problem is that who will bear the expenses, because while she needs surgery, emergency surgery on her leg, injured leg, the family is too poor to bear the expenses, because Shubha Harini's family, now there was a problem between the mother and her husband, because of which the girl who used to travel to school by an auto rickshaw every day now travels by bus. So there was a financial problem in the family, because of which the family is not really able to bear the burden. So yesterday the family managed to collect some amount of money from some of their friends, but the girl would need about 3 to 4 lakh rupees, and the family is not able to bear that expense. Now the BMTC had originally said they will pay only 10,000, but later on Mr. G. Ramesh, who is the vigilance head of the BMTC, rushed to the hospital. That was a little about nearly 3 p.m. last afternoon, and assured the family that they have given a letter saying that the BMTC would bear the girl's expenses. This was in spite of the fact that BMTC had earlier maintained that they will bear the expenses only in a government hospital, that she has to be rushed to the Bowring Hospital, but the family was not quite comfortable rushing the child to the Bowring Hospital. So therefore the standoff continues in spite of all this assurance by the BMTC. No money has been paid, and the family complained that they are still spending money from their own hands. So they sought some confirmation from the BMTC about this expenditure part, and there is, in fact, the BMTC needs to step forward and specify what is their liability in this.
Right, Bansi, thank you for joining us with all those details. That's right. In fact, the BMTC is now given in writing that they will actually bear the medical expenses of the child, but it could take months or even years for little Shubha to completely recuperate, as both her legs have been crushed under the wheels of the bus, and she's in the ICU at the Jain Hospital.